were a fan of Dark Shadows.
Absolutely, yes, yes. Would run home to watch that show.
And is that your closest relationship to vampires to date?
Well, no, I mean, every like revival of vampires in movies, and TV even, I always would tune into it, at least including Twilight. I don't know, I still have to figure out, like what that is that it connects to in me, but I've always loved them.
Well, it connects to a lot of people, and it
It
continues
does.
to connect. You keep thinking that they're going to go away or be replaced by something else.
I know.
And they endure. And this romance, the Twilight romance, is
Yeah.
so powerful.
Yes.
And you must have put some, I know you think about these
Right.
things. What is the heart of that romance? Why is it reaching so many people so
Right.
much?
Well, I think part of it is it reaches a lot of people, but they are predominantly women, And I do think part of what's exciting about this series is that you take this movie, Breaking Dawn. Bella gets married. She has sex for the first time. She goes on her honeymoon. She gets pregnant. She gives birth. Then all these other things that have to do with vampires, happen also. But those are huge, huge touchstones in a woman's life, As in the other movies, she goes to the prom, falls in love for the first time, all that stuff. Set against a fantasy movie background, a big sort of mass market studio movie. I don't think you can name too many other movies that do that. I think it's simply the fact that
In a funny way, it's old-fashioned.
Completely, and that's I keep saying.
But we're talking like Gone with the Wind or something.
Totally. The first half
Reds.
of this movie is like a Minnelli movie. It's like truly, it's like getting the most out of what it feels like to walk down the aisle.
Well, honestly, personally, I have been so pleased that you were going to be doing this because you seem to be the right person. I don't know how to explain this, but other directors who have been in this series, they've been working hard. It feels like a more natural fit for you.
Right. Well, I do know. I really hooked into it. When I read it, someone described it as all third act, and that could be a part of it. After everyone else had to sort of set.
You get to do the last Harry Potter.
That's right. Which does make it easy. But also it was scary too because as you know, I mean, there are some pretty crazy things that happen in this last book. An insane childbirth, and so it was sort of like, God, how do you do that? That was fun to kind of figure out, But I do think, getting back to your original question, this is a female-driven story.
And you're going to stay true to that, then?
Oh, completely.
Because some of the other movies, they're like chasing the guys,
Yeah, no, I don't know. This is, but for me too. This one specifically, because the two movies are very different, it's a full-on horror movie. Once Bella comes home and she's got something inside her that's growing really fast, and at least half of the people who are our heroes think it's a monster, and we see it literally eat away at her as she becomes more and more emaciated, and then she has to give birth to this thing that may or may not be a monster while the wolves close in. It is an intense horror movie. In the last half, that's what turned me on too. Just because I started with horror movies, I love horror movies, and I'd been looking for a chance to do another one. And this one, much more, it's very hard to put these movies into any single genre, but much more than the other films so far. This is the number 4 is a straight-on horror film.
And how are you dealing with the issues of the ratings, which have been I have comments a mile long about whether this should be R or PG-13?
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out. We're going to show it to the ratings board next week. And I think...
You tried to make it PG-13?
Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.